And then you got repetition training, which is higher speed, bigger rest. And reps look like intervals, only they're intermittent. And let me tell you, you can do a lot of work doing this because you get big rest. And that's what all the sprinters do. And you distance runners go out to the track and you say, oh, the sprinters, all they did was 1.5 miles today, and I did 6 miles. Well, that's because they're running fast. And when you run fast, you have to take a lot of time to recover so you can run fast again. If you don't recover long enough, you can't do it. And same with distance runners. If you're doing reps, you got to take big rests between them, 2 or 3 times as long as the work time was. Because what's the purpose of reps? We've already said what all these purposes are: heart and peripheral cells, endurance, aerobic power. These improve your speed and your economy. How economical are you? And I'll tell you what, if you don't rest long enough between the work bouts, you're not improving your economy because you're struggling to do the speed. Okay? Some coaches would say, if I could do 10 400s in 70 with 3 minutes rest, it's a better workout to do 10 400s in 70 with only 2 minutes rest. And I would argue it could be a worse workout because you're not resting long enough for the runs to be good economy or comfortable speed. Okay, so those where reps are. And reps are not as hard as intervals. Reps are faster, but you never go more than about 2 minutes on any one work bout. Most of your reps are 200s and 300s and 400s, maybe some 600s, and really, really good runners might do some 800 reps, but that's about the length, no longer than that. Okay, so those are the only 4 kinds of training there are. There aren't any other. Well, what about fartlek training? Well, fartlek's just a combination. You go out and you do some easy and you do some fast and you do this and that, and it's just some of these different things. And what about hill training? Well, hill training is like reps. Same thing. You run pretty hard for a short period of time, recover quite a while, and do it again. And hill training does improve your economy. And it can improve your speed too because of the power of the generation. So those are the only kinds of training there are. And if you want to be real simple and not have to buy a book that says VDOT in it, reps are run at about your current mile race pace. Reps are run at your current mile race pace, not your PR mile race pace. I mean, if you ran your PR a year ago and you're 30 seconds slower than that now, you run your reps what you could run a mile now, or estimate it. Then intervals are run at about 6 to 8 seconds per 400 slower than reps. And threshold are run about 6 to 8 seconds per 400 slower than intervals. I think I've referred to that as my 6-second rule. This is mile race pace, 6 seconds slower than mile race pace, 6 seconds slower than interval pace. And the easy ones, those are easy. Easy runs are probably about between 2 and 3 minutes per mile slower than your mile race pace.